Hey there. Just a quick stream today. I was working on some code. I was running around town today because I had client meeting, and then after that I was working on the code for the game jam at a cafe, and I didn't have access to Unity, so I'm just writing code, and I just wanted to test it out, and I thought, hey, why not just jump on stream and test it out there. So yesterday I got the trap working, and I got the AI going as well, but now because I've changed the way that the actions are assigned for the AI, I'm gonna have to reassign the attributes on the AI controller as well. So let me just figure out how I want to set up my folder structure. So I have a couple of scriptable objects here, and I'm going to have to organize the assets in some way. Let me just figure out how that will be done. I'm just gonna create a folder called data actually. Oh, what's going on with my server? Let me just quickly check my server, right? Make sure that it's up. Okay, hi Donut. You're always online, aren't you? Let me just I'm just sorting out my scriptable objects now, because I've recoded my scriptable object somewhat. So I have actions right here, and these actions, I've turned them into scriptable objects. I think it's a little more relevant. Are they? I'm just rethinking whether I skip the actions. Like I should have the actions as action sets, right? I think that would be better actually. Let me just recode that part. So I've turned a lot of the data that we had yesterday into scriptable objects, and I'm just figuring out how I should organize my data. So I'm spending a lot of time getting the code right, because once the systems are up, then you know, like I can purely focus on level design. So I just need to have a robust system that I can very easily quick test different parameters without having to go into code like every few minutes, you know, just to change something. That's going to be cumbersome in the long run, longer run, since it's just a 1 week development cycle. You get access to the computer still, right? If you're quarantined but you have access to the computer, hey, at least now you can 100% the game jam, right? It's a silver lining. Look, I didn't like when I was quarantined during COVID as well, but I really enjoyed that I could just stay at home and play games all day, and work as well, of course. Let me just figure out. This should be gonna change this. I'm gonna rename this to something else. Let's call this AI action set. And inside there will be a action. And all of this stuff goes into the action. Then I have just an array. Okay. Maybe I should call this AI action. so it's clearer what they are. You know, then the scriptable objects are going to be. Gotta change some parts of the script though now. Where are the errors? So AI action set. Action set. This should be AI action, right? AI action set. AI action set, AI action. Let me just using AI action set. Well, take care of yourself, yeah? If you're not in the state to work on Jam, then you should rest up. I'm checking how to write shorthand classes. Nothing. Use. Not use. What's the keyword? I think class alias is what I'm looking for. I was thinking about the name. Didn't know what to call them. How do I alias? Using aliases. How does that work? Using Isn't AI action set a actual class? I don't understand this. Oh, maybe we gotta fix this first, right? Now that we fix this, we can add namespace. How do we fix that? So using this equals to this. Is that how it works? Oh, that's how it works, but the syntax wrong. So now I can just refer to AI action like this. It's a lot shorter. And what I want to do is just set the scriptable objects are going to store a series of behaviors, and I can reuse these behaviors much more easily, like this. So when I create a new AI action here, it's an array of stuff. I'm gonna have to set this to be serializable so I can see the array itself. Hi Charles, nice to see you. Thanks for joining the stream. I'm working on a game of the game jam. I'm recoding some of the structures in my code, so it's gonna be a while before I can show you what I'm working on. It's gonna be good though. Nothing at that. And thank you for joining. So let me just play around with these actions here and see what I can get. So we want a bunch of actions, and yesterday we set up some actions, but because they're not savable, right? I wanted to store these actions inside a scriptable object. Then it's easier for me to assign like behaviors to my AI characters. Maybe AI action isn't the best. I'm gonna call this AI behavior actually. I think that sounds much better. AI behavior. And then inside AI behavior of AI action, right? So behavior is a series of actions. AI behavior. Let's call it behavior. AI behavior. Gosh. Spelling, man. AI behavior set, and AI controller should update itself. So here this should be AI behavior set. AI behavior set. So I'm gonna expand this AI behavior set in the future, so it's not just gonna be actions, it's gonna be actions and responses as well. The behavior set, I have AI actions and stuff. This AI action is no longer relevant. Let's create a new one. Spike trap AI behavior set. So I'm just gonna call this warrior sword 1. And later we'll come up with better names for them. So the behavior will be it's just gonna be move, and it's gonna be walk. It's gonna walk forward direction for a couple of seconds. Why is the default value here 0? Because I want default values to be something. Now this is 1. Duration is 2 though. Never mind, actually, it's a small thing. So it's gonna walk for 2.6 seconds forward. And then it's going to idle for a while. Say for 0.6 seconds. It's gonna turn. For say 0.3 seconds, and it's gonna run all the way. So the last action is going to be run forever. So let's assign this action to our warrior, and then we can see how this character will work. I think this is gonna be good. Okay. Should we allow for multiple behavior sets actually? Does that make sense? Because we will have a range of like different configurations for one kind of behavior, right? Let's do a slow walk followed by brisk for another 1 for 2 seconds. Brisk, idle. Let's try the crushing and see whether the crushing stuff works now. There is a loot variable as well, right? So we can we have, let's call these behaviors, and then we have loot as well. So loot is just the stuff that comes out of the character when you blow them up. I'll need some bones. Skull and bones. I need some blood as well. Skull and bones here, great. Let's get other skull and bone sprites. They all look great. Some bones here. They're all just very small bones, you know? We have bigger RPG bone icons. It looks like that's all we have, and this seems like the best one. Let's grab this. How about meat? Do we have meat? Meat and skin. Oh, it's fantastic. So I have some bones, I have meat and skin, and now I can because when the guy gets crushed, you know, then like just a bunch of meat flies out. So gotta figure out how that's gonna work, but I think this is perfect because I've got the mean icons I need. It's gonna be a plenty gory game, huh? Just realized I forgot to credit. Maybe just do the credit thing for these as well. So I've got the meat pack, and I'm going for the bone stuff as well, right? I downloaded those. Let's grab them. Credit them as well. So now I have skull and bones, I have meat as well. Meat and skin. Transparent. Drop them into the sprite sheet packet. We have. Not very fond of the meat and the skull stuff being clumped all together. So I have 48 icons here. Transparent. Meat and skin. These should be away from my pack, right? It's all clumped together. Yeah, I think I'll separate them into 2 files actually. That would be a better idea. Very compact here. Let's download. Meat. So these are meat and skin parts. Put them in the project. The art folder, of course. Characters, house traps. Put in Viscera. Viscera is fine Viscera. Large organs inside. Nope, it's not Viscera. Just gonna call it loot. Meat and skin parts. We also have, of course, the bones. Bone parts. So this is when, of course, the character blows up. We will have to, let's slice everything by cell count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 7. Same thing here, we have 7 by 7. So now we have a bunch of parts, and I just want to check and make sure that the size is correct. Would that be a realistic scale? It's actually pretty on point. No? Okay, maybe a bit bigger. It's too small. 20, 7, 6. So when the character gets crushed, you will see bones start flying around. And I've got to figure out the loot data. So let's work that out. So we have the loot here, and we have the variants of the loot. Min scale and max scale should have a default value. Okay. Actually, the loot can generate game objects themselves, so we don't need to have prefabs in that case, because that's a little bit of an overkill. I'm gonna change the loot to sprites here then. So just sprite. So each one of these pieces of data will represent one piece of loot. So the loot is just the stuff that comes out of the character when you know we kill the character. When I add a polygon, rather contribute to an object. Rather automatically on, or can I use substitute? I use the physics right because I am so once I have the physics shape, I can use the physics shape. So I'm gonna create a system where the sprites themselves have the physics shapes. Let me just open this up. We'll go to custom physics shape, and we should be able to generate some shapes. And we generated it. Alpha tolerance. Or you know, we can just leave out the grid shapes and just use radii for this thing. It's easier to just add a circle collider, right? A radius for it. Since you know, every one of these items should be one square, size of one square, not really. But if say I have bone parts here and I have box collider, so a circle collider, that would pretty represent it pretty well. Radius of 2. As dynamically added circle like data express. Object. Yes. So I can grab the sprite bounce and just use that as well. Okay, for now I'm just gonna use that so then we don't have to create a prefab for every one of the objects that we have. So now when we generate the objects, right, the spawn function is not going to, it's just gonna create a new game object. This. This is gonna have the name of the loop. And we will edit. We'll add right. As well as a circle collider and a rigid body. Right? The rigid body I can just add it here. Circle collider, here. Circle collider. So then I also need to set the position to go transform position equals to position go transform rotation will be equals to rotation here. So no longer using prefabs. And then the sprite will be set to variance, and then the range 0 variance. So I'll randomly pick a sprite to sign, generate the effect based on the data set equals to 4. we randomize the local scale as well. Then we generate the sliders radius to be based on bounce size. Right in the circle, and then we project the load outwards. We don't need any longer to add a. Since everything has a rigid body, everything is dynamically created. This section is no longer needed. So this actually makes everything better, huh? Oh, but I still need a rigid body, so I think there is a point in rigid body RB equals to. So I'm adding the components separately because anyway, I will need access to these components later on. What? The rigid body 2D doesn't have explosion force. Oh. That's a surprise. Explosion. No explosion force. Add force at position. Add torque. Well, it appears I'll have to write my own script then. So this is going to be a slightly different formula then. So we have add force. So now we have all the spawn functions and let's just test out the loot. So when the character is killed, right, it's gonna spawn a bunch of loot, and I want to find out how this looks like. So the loot is going to be a bunch of data, and then we have loot. Spike trap, loot. So this will be a skull. Let's just generate like some skulls for our loot. And let's drop some skull. So one skull here. Second skull, this one. So I have two different skulls on the skull here. Probability is 1. 5 skulls, 5 to 8 skulls. So let's try this out. Right, I'll add some loot here, and let's hope this doesn't crash. Let's hope this doesn't crash. Game when I crush this guy. This guy is not dying. It's happily just not dying from that thing at all. So I'm gonna have to work on the cross track. So there is on collision enter 2D. It's clearly not working. Collision, collider. Okay, let me debug this damn thing now. Is it because I don't have a rigid body here, that's why it's not firing? I think that's probably the case, huh? Hi Lucas, thanks for jumping on stream. I'm trying to get the crusher over here to work, and I just realized I'm missing a rigid body, so I need to change this dynamic, kinematic, and pretty continuous collision is best. And what a kinematic. No, it's not supposed to be loud. Let's try this out again. I want the guy to explode with like blood and stuff. What? Why is the guy not dying? Gosh, it's so annoying. He has a rigid body as well, but my on collision 2D is not firing at all. Why is the on collision enter not working? It's no troubling. How can you just spring out of the trap, man? A kinematic rigid body does not interact with other subjects. On. There's one religion and third So this means the rigid body needs to be on the maybe this will work. Let's see. Okay, so this guy is dead now. But nothing is coming up. So loot here, line for 3. Add force. Oh, why did I stop that? Should have continued playing it. So I want to see whether the object spawn when I crush the guy. So the skull forms right here. But it's just one object. And there is a null reference. Gotta find where the null reference is. Probably the source. Strangely enough. The pawn should be still on the script, right? Why is the skull not? Why is there only one skull? Does the skull have a rigid body? Yes, it does. So we've got to find out whether it's the source that is now, whether it's the RB that is now. So debug. Got a lot. Debug. Maybe both of them are now. Once I get the blood and guts to spawn, then I'll be done for the day, and then tomorrow we'll hone the AI system. So the pawn is there, can't add component rigid body to the skull because the component is already added to it. Which line is this? Line 31. Got a bug somewhere I'm not seeing. Gotta see it to be able to fix this issue. So the null is actually this rigid body here. And the reason this is null it's because I have straight into this. The skulls are colliding with the crusher. So this guy should be gone firstly. Let me just give him a death animation. So at any state, if there's a death trigger, should play the death animation. So we'll create a death animation for him. We already have them in the sprites. Warrior sword. Thanks, Lucas. Appreciate you dropping in to say hi and, of course, supporting as well. Just creating a really simple game because time is something I do not have. So just a quick one. Gets crushed and then it plays the kill animation. So for the death animation, it's not going to loop. No loop time. And the animator here is just going to say death. And we have transition here. When we have a trigger, there is no exit time. It just goes to death. And then set so at least we can see when he gets crushed, you know, like he dies. And we see a bunch of skulls appearing. skulls appear. I wouldn't want the skull to collide with the thread. So let's add a layer. Then we have debris and crusher as well. The crusher is going to just belong to the weight itself will be the crusher. I mean yes, this would be a crusher. So we can actually make it so that only the pawn and the... Where is our collision matrix? So the pawn... Only the pawn and the crusher interact. So the crusher doesn't interact with anything. So that way the debris can just fly around and so on. Let's try this here. Wow, this guy is not dying at all. What is the radius? It is very small. So we have like some hits, some skulls appearing after he dies. I think I'm gonna have to draw some proper physics shapes for the skulls. Otherwise, they just rolling like balls. Let's jump into the loot here and the bone parts. Let's just generate a proper physics shape for all of them, and then I'll just draw shapes for them as required. Let's just do a shape for all of them. Let's do one for this style here. There we go. And we'll do one for the other skull as well. So only if use circle collider only if there aren't any shapes that are existing at the moment. So it's here, 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 here. So just two shapes at the moment, and I'm gonna see whether it's possible for the physics shapes to be applied like that. So I'm just gonna have two variants here, and right. So we'll first use the physics shape. And if that doesn't work, then we'll apply the generic provided to the debris. So then we have a fallback for when we don't have a physics shape as well. Let me just crush the guy again, and we'll see what the colliders of these skulls are, and then we can figure out. Let's see where the skulls spawn as well. So where are the skulls? Skulls are all in the same location. Oh no, they're not all in the same location. And they have the correct shapes. It's fantastic. Just don't have a whole lot of physics. So maybe we don't want the debris to collide with each other as well. Maybe that's a good idea. So the let's put some. Let's create a layer for debris as well. So we have the crusher, we have the debris. But no, I don't want the layer for this. What if the colliders are triggers? And then we'll see whether the forces apply correctly if they are triggers. And then we can create the rest of the bones and the muscles and stuff. Let's just try spawning a whole bunch of other debris as well. I'm not sure what is causing the okay, let's just not sure what is causing the physics to just, you know, get killed. Even Skull is Flash as well. So for Flash, I think we have more variants to choose from. So this means skin parts. Let's sort out the collider for these things as well. So the characters, sorry, the loot, we have the muscles. So let's sort out the colliders for each of these things by of course going into the sprites. So I have 3 and 5, and the loot over here 15 to the 5. Five is this. That's 25. Which one is 15 again? Is right here. Let's get a physics sheet for this one. So just generate a couple of them and we'll see how the flash spawns. Yeah. Then we can like do a big mist of blood, and I think I'm done for the day. Because I got an early day tomorrow and I've gotta go and rest. So 15, 25, and what else? 5 and 6 as well. 5, 6, 47. 5, this is 5. 5 and 6. I'll just make this straightforward. So just be some simple lines here. Should do. Alright, let's try out the loot. So I'm just gonna drop the loot into the character as well. So now we have skull and then we have muscles, I mean flesh. It's looking great. Let's do a death time. So here we have public flow of death time. This would be 3 frames. This would be about 0.05. We have 6. There's a whole lot of flash over there. A little bit too much flash, I would say. So just reduce the variance. I mean, 10 to 12 is fine. We'll add the different kinds of loot tomorrow. So now I'm gonna just particle effect. blood spread. I'm gonna grab this and let's add this to the credits. Where is my blood? Allow.
Making me think twice about what's really going down, and I don't have the
Alright.
to be wasting on you now. So go ahead and get wasted. Guess I'll see you around. There's too many people in the world who be holding on to all of your empty words. So you can go and find what you're looking for. I don't have the time for this anymore.
This blood pack is taking too long to spawn, man. I'm just gonna create a generic blood effect, man. We'll start simple first. We can always make things better. Default. We do not have the default particle effect here. This is new. Particles are lit. So we have this sprite over here. What's this? Alright, we have some particles here. The default system still works. So it's just gonna be a burst, there's no emission here. That's this. And the shape is going to be circle with really small radius and come from the center. Maybe a sphere would be best instead of a circle. So it's just a burst of blood. Alright, let's try. So this would be blood explosion. Prefabs. Yes.
Breathing underwater, deeper than the waves, floating like a feather to another day. Breathing underwater, deeper than the waves, floating like a feather to another day.
I think we're getting somewhere now. I think the blood V effect would be pretty nice, if I were to say so myself. But we have to get the colliders. Let's just give it a try. Pretty good. I just need the effect to destroy itself after it's done. Oh my god. Can't believe this thing, man. So now I just need the blood to stain like the crusher and the walls as well. That'd be nice. Let me improve upon this spec with one more thing before I call it a day.
In time, where the here and now is infinite, a power that moves through space, devouring everything in its path. Now, you are now about to enter.
Alright. Okay, that's all I'm gonna be doing today because I'm on an early day tomorrow. I gotta go and sleep now. Hopefully I can get a couple of different characters moving around tomorrow, so we'll have different classes and they'll behave differently, and I think that'll be pretty exciting. So thanks for joining the stream if you've dropped in. I'll see you all tomorrow.